I'm recording now.
Hi everyone! So I'm Ebony. I'm from the channel Butterflies on My Bookshelf.
Hi everyone, my name's Celeste and I'm from the channel The World of Reading and you're on my channel right now.
And we're the Paperback Book Club. This is the first month that we've done this. And boy, did we have some technical difficulties.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
But it's working now, hopefully.
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 So,
Okay.
this is a monthly book club, if you didn't know, and you can follow our book club's social media, and Celeste will link them when she uploads this video on her channel. We have a Twitter and an Instagram, so make sure you go follow those.
Yeah, you should do that, because like all the information is on there, so if you want to know more, you should look them up.
Yep. Okay, Celeste, so what book did we read this month?
We read Wolf by Ryan Graudin, and like I actually loved this book very, very much. And how did you like it, Ebony?
I liked it. It was kind of average for me, but I think that's because I read it on audiobook, and I just don't think audiobook was the way to go. I think I should have read it physically, but like you don't know that when you're reading it the first time. So I think if I read it physically, I would have liked it a lot more because I would have just gotten like more into the story. But
yeah, I read like the ebook because I bought the book, and then before I got the book, I accidentally bought the ebook and I started reading the ebook, and I just fell in love with the world, and I fell in love with Yael, and like I really love this, and I need the second book like right now.
Celeste, do you want to tell them a little like non-spoiler synopsis?
Yeah, I can do that. This is like a sort of World War II retelling. In this world, Hitler won, and every single year there is this race through Europe and to Japan, I think. And the winner of this race gets to meet Hitler. And this year, Yael is participating because the year before a girl won, and Yael is kind of a shapeshifter. So Yael participates in like the girl who won the year before, and she wants to win because she wants to kill Hitler. So that's like the synopsis of this book.
So do you want to talk about like non-spoilery stuff first? Like in case people haven't read it, and then we can get into spoilery stuff?
Yeah, I think that's like the best, so that like people who haven't read it can like watch a little bit of a live show.
Yeah. So what did you think about like the characters?
I actually really love the characters. I think they were written really well, and I think they had a lot of depth in them, so I really like the characters. You?
I really liked Yael. I think that's how you say her name.
Yes.
I really liked her character specifically, and I liked I forget her name already. The female racer that she shapeshifted.
Japan, yeah, I loved her too.
Yeah.
I'm bad at names too. You're not the only one.
Mm-hmm. But I felt like some of the other characters could have been developed more, like the side ones.
Yeah, like I really was irritated by the brother.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I was so irritated by him.
Yeah, I know. He was kind of driving me crazy for a little bit. I really liked the writing. Like, I thought that Ryan Graudin did a really good job, like, explaining how Yael, like, shapeshifted, like the sort of process that happened when she did that. I thought that was really well done.
Yeah, like it wasn't like easy for her. It didn't come easy. She needed to do things for it, and like I liked that, and I liked her wolves too. I liked the way Ryan like explained what the wolves meant to Yael.
Yeah, I loved the idea of the wolves and how that like it's like a symbolism almost.
Yeah, I really love that. And I liked the race itself. Like the way the climates change and the way they have to adapt to everything. I like that.
Hmm. How did you feel about the like intertwining timeline, like the flashbacks and then the now?
I didn't. It didn't really matter. I liked it because like I felt like it was needed. If it wasn't there, I think a lot of information would have would have just been gone, and like it felt needed. So I think it was written really well. I think it was
Yeah, I
done.
liked it
You?
too. I thought it was very, like you said, it was needed. It really helped build the story, and
Yes.
also I like that it made you like work for the backstory because like, you know, like it like opens with talking about how Yael was in the like being experimented on in the concentration camps,
Yes.
and then you know you like flash forward to now, and you're like, whoa, how did we get here? And so like, you know, you really have to read to really
Read
know the whole like story.
story. Yes.
Mhm.
Yeah, I did it too because it wasn't an easy read because you still had to figure everything out because you didn't know like the how and the why in the beginning, and like I really like that. Some books like explain everything and they didn't. So I really enjoyed that because you
Mhm.
wanted to read, you wanted to know more.
Yeah. Um, do you have any other non-spoilery thoughts?
Not really. I'm really bad at that because I don't want to spoil anyone.
I know. I just want to get into like the juicy stuff.
Okay, so for everyone who didn't listen, we're going to go into spoiler stuff now, and if you don't want to know any spoilers of Wolf by Wolf, just go out and maybe read our next month book when we announce that on our social medias.
Yep. Okay. Hopefully, all you people who don't want to be spoiled are gone. And not that we don't love you, but we don't want to spoil you.
Yeah.
Okay, so now getting into more spoilery stuff. I have like a list over here that I'm looking at of things that I liked and like things I didn't like. So I'm just gonna like read a couple things from that. I
Yeah.
really liked. Um, I mean, I really didn't like how the like Nazi experiments weren't explored more. Like, I really, really wanted more
Yeah.
from like more specific things of what they were doing to her and why
Like
they were doing it.
yeah, like we only got like they were doing it and there were needles involved, but like not in what way. We didn't really experience the experiments ourselves. So like that could have been like in there.
Yeah, I really wished that they had just spent more time with that because I think that's a really interesting subject. Like, it happened and it was awful, but I think it's something that you don't really hear about a lot or read about a
No.
lot. So it's like something you could really play with and have some really interesting things.
Yeah, I think so too. Yeah,
So like, I wish there had been more.
more of that, yeah.
Yeah. Um, okay, so this is like an audiobook thing, so you probably didn't experience this, but if anybody else read it on audio, or if you were thinking about reading it on audio, this is what I thought about the audiobook. I really didn't like how the narrator did the accents, like the German accents of the characters. Like, it was really, she did it really fast, and so like the like actual narration where, you know, like the regular stuff that's not in quotation marks, like she read that like pretty slow, and then when someone was talking she would go really fast, and it's like I couldn't like speed up my audiobook because I wouldn't be able to catch what they were saying, you know. And so like that
Yeah.
was really annoying. And also Hitler's voice was so annoying. Like, it was like the worst thing ever. I mean, like, maybe that's what she was going for because, you know, it's Hitler, but like I was like, oh my gosh, shut up.
Yeah, like what we know of Hitler that is that he had a really like hard voice, but a voice that spoke to the people. So like if you are not portraying that right, it's like it's not Hitler either. So
Yeah, it didn't feel quite as realistic because I didn't want to listen. So like, obviously some people really wanted to listen to Hitler because obviously He had a
Yeah, like
voice.
yeah, the way he talked took people in, and like when you don't portray that right, it's like doesn't feel right, because like Hitler was very popular, so you need to portray that too.
Hmm. How do you think the like reading it? How do you think it went? Do you have any thoughts about like physically reading it?
I really liked it. I think it really flowed well, and like I don't really do voices in my head, so I didn't have that problem. But I really liked it. It was really easy to flow through physically, and I didn't really have any problems with it, because I just loved it physically, and like it had a really good flow reading it. So
Yeah. Did you read it in English?
yes, I read like everything in English. So
Okay. I was just curious. Um, what language do you speak? Like,
Dutch, yeah, like and
Dutch?
English, but Dutch.
Yeah.
Yes.
Do you think that they have a copy of that in Dutch?
Probably, like when you go into bookstores here, which is very sad because I don't want to read Dutch. It's like 90% is Dutch books, and most of the times it is probably books like this. So yeah,
Would you read
probably.
it in Dutch?
What did you say?
Would you read it in Dutch? Like, if
No,
you wanted to reread it, you would no.
no.
I
Like
would just
it takes away from the story, I think. Like when I wasn't reading in English and just in Dutch, and like I didn't feel that connected to the characters at all, because like it is translated, and I felt like it wasn't really done well, because a lot of things in English don't sound right in Dutch. So like you have to really change up the line to like make it sound right.
Mhm. I'm just wondering like how the translation works, like how things change meaning among amidst the translation.
I think a lot, like for example, but Harry Potter, Neville was Marcel. Like it
Oh.
just changed a lot. Like when I found out it was Neville, I was like, what the fuck would happen in that translation? So I think it changed it a lot for me, at least.
Also, this is really off topic, but I'm recording on my phone, and even though it's plugged in, it's not charging, so I really hope it doesn't die while we're doing this.
I hope so too.
Yeah, that would be really bad. Um, okay, things I did like. Um, you know that there was that part, it was in one of the flashback scenes when Yael was like going through the like shape shifting thing, and then she didn't look like Yael anymore, and her mom
Yeah.
was like, "You're not my daughter." I felt so sad when that happened. I like almost cried. I'm
Yeah, that
like
was
she's
really
gonna be like
heartbreaking.
disowned. Yeah, like
Yeah.
oh my goodness. That part was like
Like,
it really got me. It hit me in the feels.
yeah, I think it was a combination of shock, and her mom was sick at the time, so like she was like not really there also, and then when seeing like her not as a daughter, it was just too much for her. But it
Hmm.
was like terrifying and like heartbreaking for Yael, because she was just Yael.
Yeah, like imagine like I mean, first of all, obviously they're going through this like very traumatic experience being in these concentration camps, and just making it like a million times worse by both the mom thinking that that's not her daughter and
Yeah,
Yael being disowned by her mom. Like like that's already like super traumatic, and then like adding that on top of it, like
was just
oh,
horrible. Like I
yeah,
also I liked the way like sometimes in the story when she was just was thinking, and like the woman who kind of took her in, I'm forgetting her name, like she asked if Yael knew what she originally
no,
looked like, and she didn't know that anymore. And I liked it, because she shapeshifts so a lot, and she was so young when this first happened. So like I think that worked really well. Are you there?
Hello, I'm back.
Hi.
So my phone did die. Oh my gosh, that really sucks.
Okay. It happened.
Okay. I don't know how to
do I
get
remove you from...
I don't know.
Which one? Oh, yeah.
It's just like a black. We did it.
Yay.
Okay.
Okay.
Sorry about the angle change and the camera quality change.
Oh yeah, it doesn't matter.
Yeah. We have had lots of technical difficulties for this live show.
Like we have been like, before we started, we were like an hour and a half busy just getting it started, so that's fun.
Okay, so let me see. Oh, okay, have you read Vampire Academy?
Yes.
Have you read the whole series?
Yes.
Okay, so I don't know how much you liked that. I'm a super huge fan of Vampire Academy. I read it a lot, like I've read it like 4 times. But there was a part where they were talking about Novosibirsk in Russia, I believe, and in Vampire Academy they talk about that place a lot, and so I just had like Vampire Academy flashbacks, and I was like, oh, am I reading Vampire Academy? I'm like, no, I'm not. This is not Vampire Academy.
Yeah, I read it a few times, but I didn't get that. Like, not, but it's okay.
Yeah.
I didn't have that. Like, it's one thing I really liked is like the atmosphere in this book. Like, I really, really like that.
Yeah, it was very like gritty and like,
Yeah.
I don't know, just like something you don't really see a lot.
No, and it kept me at least on the edge of my seat to know what's gonna happen, because like you didn't know what the characters would do, you didn't know what the surrounding would do, you just didn't know.
Okay, so this is kind of like a negative thing for me. I personally wasn't a huge fan of how much time they spent like in the race or talking about the race. I mean, like I know that's a main part of like the plot, but it just wasn't something that I was super interested in, you know?
I loved it.
I don't know, I just feel like racing is not my thing, you know? So it just like didn't click with me personally. I know a lot of people probably it will work fine for them, but
yeah, okay, I loved it. What did you think of the ending?
It was so intense with like like, oh my gosh, okay, so I'm, you know, like she went in there with the intentions to kill Hitler, and so I was like, okay, it's gonna happen, you know.
It's gonna happen, yeah.
Kill Hitler. And
Not.
so like and so like I'm like reading the audiobook and I'm like 95% through and I'm like, why hasn't she killed him yet? Why, like, what is this gonna happen? You know, is it gonna leave me on a cliffhanger? And I was just like really like anticipating it, so I was like hyping myself up. And then I don't know, that scene when like where she was like, I'm person number yada yada, you know, like she said her number, and like everybody heard her, and she was like, God, gotta do it now. People are coming and they're gonna arrest me if I don't kill him like right now, you know, like that part was, it was like slow motion almost.
Slow motion, like it was so exciting, and then she kills him, but she doesn't kill him. I'm like, okay.
Also, okay, so there was that like the very last chapter where it was like the doctor who worked on her.
Yeah.
Like seeing that and being like, oh, she just got the doppelganger or whatever they call them. I forget what they call them. But I was like, oh no.
Didn't you see that in the chapter before that, like the way he was changing on the ground?
Yeah, it might have been the chapter before that.
Like, yeah, but also like the way like Elle runs away, and she's like, I have to warn everyone, I have to warn everything, and also like, no, I don't. I killed Hitler. I did my job. So like, yeah, but like I'm excited what Ryan is going to do in the second book.
I know. I think I'm gonna read the second book, even though I wasn't like super excited. Like this one was kind of like, I mean, it was good, but like it wasn't amazing. But I think if I read the second book physically, it'll go up. I just feel like Audiobook was just not the way to go, and I'm
No.
mad at myself for that.
Like, the second book is in my wish list, and like when I'm home, I'm going to buy it.
It's called Blood for Blood, right? Something like that.
Blood by Blood, I think.
Blood by Blood.
Yeah.
Is it out, or is it like?
Yeah, it's out. Like the old
Okay.
series is out. There's also like a short story you actually have to read between them, but I'm not going to buy it. And it's about Luca.
Oh. Okay. Cool.
But I think I'm just going to buy that on ebook.
Yeah.
The short story.
Interesting.
Interesting.
Do you have some more thoughts? Those were all of my notes, but
I don't know. I didn't write anything down, so maybe I should do that for next month. Like, I'm still learning here, guys.
yeah, I know. It's such a rough live show just because it's our first one, you know. We like don't know what's happening.
Don't know. Really don't know. I like my edition because it's floppy. Random.
How many pages are in it?
I'm so sad I didn't read it physically. What is happening? Well, in brief. 379 pages.
That's not that bad.
It's not that bad, no.
I think it just looks thicker, like, on the camera.
Yeah, okay. Kind of. Like, I have a lot of thicker books here, but okay. I really, really liked it. I'm excited for this second book. And what did I enjoy? I don't know. I think we kind of talked about everything in the story.
Yeah. I kind of
What did
want to,
you
like,
think?
go read. What?
What did you find so irritating about the brother? Felix?
That he was telling his sister, like, I don't want you to race, you need to come home with me. Like, he was just very controlling, and I'm like, dude, she's like a really famous racer, like, calm down.
Yeah, I found it really irritating too, like, the way the family was falling apart, and like she had to save them, but also like if she came home, she was like going into this breeding factory, and like he wanted her to come home and go into this breeding factory, so like I found it really irritating.
Yeah, I don't know, he was just very like pushy.
Pushy, yeah. Really, really pushy. Yeah. And I really liked Luca. I did really like Luca.
Okay, I want to look up a synopsis of the second book now, because I'm intrigued. Okay, so it says, oh, it's a duology, so this is the conclusion then. It's just 2 books. I thought there was going to be more.
Yeah, 3 if you count the short story from Luca's perspective.
Yeah, that's true. I feel like I always forget about short stories.
Me too.
Okay, so it says, forced to run, life in the shadows for Yael, Luca, and Felix isn't easy, especially when their enemy seems to know their every move. And when each step uncovers dark secrets and even darker truths, each must find a way to navigate right and wrong, past and future, life and death, and if they survive it at all. A captivating story of survival, love, and freedom in the finale of the book. You know, that's what it's like. Oh, you must read this.
I must read this too. I must read this too.
Yeah.
Okay, this sounds really interesting. Like, more, I think, interesting than the first one. I don't know, it sounds really interesting. I need it now.
It sounds like the second one doesn't have as much racing, so I might like that more, you know?
I like the racing part, but, like, also, it wouldn't matter if it isn't in theirs.
Mm-hmm. I don't know. I think my issue with the whole, like, racing aspect and, like, just the very big plot in general is I really like character-driven stories, and I don't really like plot-driven stories, so I don't know. I just think that this was more of a plot-driven story, so I think if the second book is less plot-driven, then I'll probably like it more.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, like, for me, I like both, but one thing I have to do is care about the main characters. If I don't care about the main characters, I don't care about the story. And I had that. I loved Yael, so I cared.
Yeah, I like Yael. Like I like the main couple of characters, but I don't know. I just think that
Yael and Luca.
yeah. Okay, so should we talk about next month's book?
You can talk about yeah, you can talk about that.
Okay. I have a copy of it, so
Oh, I don't.
yeah. Okay, so next month's book is a book that I have read, but Celeste hasn't. But we did do a poll on Twitter and Instagram of 4 book options, and this one has won. So make sure if you want to vote in the future that you're following our Twitter and our Instagram so you can vote on the polls. So the book that won for next month's book is Wake by Lisa McMahon. So this is a magical realism contemporary, it's like in the middle of those two, story about this girl named Janie who has this sort of like gift / curse of falling into people's dreams. If people are dreaming around her, she will fall into their dream and like see their dream. And she doesn't know why she has this gift curse thing, and she doesn't know what it's for. It really just kind of makes her irritated at times. But so it's mostly just her like trying to figure out what the heck is happening there. And then also, you know, she's in high school, so also going through high school, dealing with her mom, and, you know, romance is a little bit in there, and, you know, best friends. So it's like, it's kind of like a contemporary, but like with a little magical realism like twist. So, and there's also a little bit of mystery too in here. It's kind of, it's like everything, but it's amazing. Let me tell you, I love this book.
Okay, I'm excited.
I hope you all are able to read this book with us and join us for next month's live show. We haven't picked a date yet, but just stay tuned on the social media and we'll let you know when the date we pick is. And hopefully in the future we'll be able to do like actual live shows instead of pre-recorded ones. We're trying to figure out, I have like really bad internet, so that's part of the issue. So we're just trying to figure all that jazz out.
Yeah. Shall I talk about our addition to our group?
Yeah.
Okay, so next month there is going to be someone joining us. Hopefully continuing the months after. But her name is Anne from Anne Carty. She has a channel. Let me look it up. I forgot. And she's joining us for next month, and I'm really excited. I will leave her handles and everything down below too. So, like, she's going to be an addition, and I'm excited for our new little group too. So, she's joining us.
Yes, I'm very excited to meet her.
Yeah, you haven't met her yet. I will make the group today.
Okay, are there other things that we need to talk about? I feel like I'm forgetting something.
I don't think so. Not really.
Okay. Well, thank you all for joining us for this live show. I hope you all enjoyed it. I'm sorry that it wasn't like an actual live show and that it's kind of all over the place because we just don't know what we're doing yet, but hopefully it'll get better.
Yeah, I hope so too. So, I will chat with you in the comments, so.
Oh, did you find her channel name?
Oh, yeah, I think it was like Irish Reader. Wait a second. I'm so bad with names, so like, sorry, I don't remember your name, Anne.
I'm really bad at names too, just because there's like so many different usernames that are people that I talk to, so.
Like I know her real name, but her channel name, like I just found her channel too, so why can't I find it now? Wait a second, I'm going to Twitter and that way to her channel. Okay.
There's like a bunch of bugs in my room. I have no idea how they're getting in because, like, you know, the window's shut. So,
Oh my gosh. Go
Oh,
away.
I can't find it, but I will leave her link down below and everything. So
Okay.
also Twitter and everything. Okay.
Okay. Well, thank you all for joining us.
Joining.
And
I hope to see you next time.
Yeah, we'll hopefully see you next month.
Next month. Okay. Bye.
Bye.